Rochester outside Mayo High School. We hear why some students and teachers felt the need to make their voices heard.
And I'm keeping an eye on the blue. That's right, a little bit of snowfall coming our way, and it doesn't end overnight. It could last off and on through our Saturday. I'll time it all out.
Encouraging students to take a look at the medical field in the Med City. High demand careers look the future generation in Rochester earlier today.
Live from KIMT News 3, we've got you covered. This is KIMT News 3 at 10.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 10 o'clock. I'm Cammie Blair. On this Friday, we begin the evening with weather. Here's a live look over downtown Rochester.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on the Week in Review. I'm Nick Blumberg. Chicagoans add their voices to nationwide protests after an ICE agent fatally shoots a woman in Minneapolis.
KARE 11 News at 6 starts now.
Protesters flooding the streets of Minneapolis, voicing their frustrations of the large-scale immigration enforcement happening in the state. Today, the march started in Powderhorn Park, blocks from where Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Morgan Wolf. Protests have stretched on for days since the shooting happened Wednesday morning. It all comes as ICE and Border Patrol enforcement continues tonight. Joe McCoy joining us live from the memorial site with the latest. Joe, what's it like over there right now?
It's day 4 of the U.S. Figure Skating Championships right here in St. Louis. Right now, athletes from all across the country are prepping for a battle on the ice, hoping for a spot on Team USA. Thanks for joining us, everyone, at 6. I'm Robert Townsend. Right now, tens of thousands of figure skating fans are flooding the city as athletes await the big announcement tomorrow.
K-Texas.
We've been following the upgrades
here at Dias Air Force
the untreated wastewater.
We're breaking the mold to bring you more of what matters most to all of us.
And K-Texas will keep you updated every step of the way.
More reporters.
I'm Alex Webb.
I'm Tori Garcia.
In more communities.
The Eastlink Haskell Sweetwater.
More in-depth coverage.
We have more on a story.
When you demand more, K-Texas, committed to covering your communities.
WAPT News, a mass shooting in Clay County. What we know is the death toll is at 6 people after multiple shooting locations. Plus, 10 days into 2026, and Jackson police already have their hands full. Investigators are looking into the capital city's second homicide of the year, what Jackson's chief of PD is saying tonight, and national protests following the ICE-related shooting in Minnesota. Those protesters now reaching Jackson. See the crowds of people who gathered in the capital city.
Jackson's breaking news. Leader, this is 16 WAPT News, live at 6.
Thanks for joining us this evening at 6. I'm Carlos Garcia, and we do begin with that deadly mass shooting that happened overnight. 6 people, including a 7-year-old girl, were killed in shootings across 4 Clay County scenes. Deputies allege that 24-year-old Derica Moore shot multiple family members, then stole a truck, and then forced entry at 2 other homes before being arrested at Pine Grove and Joe Mars Roads.
ABC 6 News at 11 on your side starts now.
This person didn't just take 2 lives, right? They took a son and a daughter, a brother and a sister, an aunt and an uncle, cousins. And they obviously took 2 beautiful souls who are just lovely parents.
Tonight, a man is now behind bars accused of killing Spencer and Monique Tepe. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Isabel Hansen. The Tepes were shot and killed on December 30th inside their Wyland Park home. The couple's 2 young children, who were also home at the time of the shooting, were unharmed. The man now charged with murder is 39-year-old Michael McKee, Monique's ex-husband.
A major breakthrough in a Columbus murder case that's gained national attention tonight. We have the name of the man police accused of killing Spencer and Monique Tepe. And protests and vigils here at home and across the country after a deadly shooting involving ICE agents. The latest updates we're getting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota tonight. Also, people living in this apartment complex now have to find somewhere else to sleep tonight after a fire damaged more than a dozen units.
And after a day with rain showers, the colder air is moving in, and I'm tracking some snow showers on the way here for tonight into your Sunday. I'll have a look at that coming up here in our forecast. 10 TV News at 11 starts right now.
10 TV is following a major update in the murders of a Columbus couple. 11 days ago, Columbus police found Monique and Spencer Tepe dead inside their home in the Wineland Park neighborhood. Tonight, Columbus police tell us that Monique Tepe's ex-husband, Michael McKee, now faces murder charges accused in their deaths. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Colin Dorsey. Now, since this happened December 30th, police asked for any video or photos which could help them piece together what happened.
Fox 5 News Edge at 11 starts now.
A woman is shot and killed outside of a funeral home. Police say the person responsible is still on the run. We'll have the latest on the investigation and what police say you can do to help. And a Georgia arson and murder suspect is dead after crossing state lines to try to get away from police. We'll take you to Kentucky, where it ended. But we begin with power outages, flooded roads, and a brief ground stop at the world's busiest airport as heavy rain and severe storms made its way across the metro today. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Has moved out. Back now with Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Greg Majeski and for Lauren Robinson this weekend as we're now tracking cold weather coming in. But of course, we saw so much rain this morning.
It was like...
This is the 10 o'clock news on KTVU Fox 2.
And now on the 10 o'clock news, a day of protests calling for an end to the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. A strong response to two separate shootings this week by federal agents in Minneapolis and Portland.
We need to stand up and say exactly what's going on and let it be known that we regular people, regular citizens of the United States, is not going to put up with this anymore.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Alex Savage. There were more than 1,000 organized protests against ICE across the country today. This was the scene in Minneapolis as thousands continued to demonstrate today after a protest outside of a Minneapolis hotel last night drew about 1,000 people and turned violent, according to authorities. Some demonstrators threw ice, snow, and rocks at officers last night.
Live and local all morning, this is Fox 9 Morning News.
Good Sunday morning, waking up, taking a live look at downtown Minneapolis. Pretty quiet night overnight compared to a Friday night, and it is cold.
Tonight on PBS News Weekend, Iran warns of retaliation if the United States or Israel uses force to support anti-government protesters. Then how social media lures people around the world seeking to migrate to undertake treacherous, potentially fatal journeys. And scientists are using new technology to track individual monarch butterflies on their transcontinental migrations.
After all these years of trying to understand the migration of monarch butterflies, now we really know exactly where they're going, and it's just quite fascinating.
Major funding for PBS News Weekend has been provided by...
Good evening, I'm John Yang. As anti-government protests in Iran and the ruling regime's bloody crackdown on them both intensify, Tehran warned the United States to stay out of it. Finally tonight, some news about us. As you may know, this is the last broadcast of PBS News Weekend, at least for the foreseeable future. PBS canceled the show due to the loss of federal funding for public media. We're grateful that you've chosen us over the years as the place to get news on Saturdays and Sundays. But for now, I wanted you to meet all the folks who have worked so hard week in and week out to bring you PBS News Weekend. They're usually behind the scenes, and also I hope you can stick around to see all their names on the on-screen credits. And it has been a privilege to work with each and every one of you. And on behalf of all of them, thanks for joining us over the years, and good night.
Major funding for PBS News Weekend has been provided by the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions. This program was made possible by the contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
New at 5, an argument in a Chick-fil-A drive-thru turns violent in Flowood. We're learning who police say fired the shot. And new details from Beth Israel congregation after an arson fire damages the synagogue. How the community is rallying to help.
And sunshine has returned across central Mississippi, but that doesn't mean it's going to be warm. More details on what you can expect in your first alert forecast.
Live from Mississippi's breaking news leader, this is WLBT News. 3 on your side.
We begin with a breaking news update. We're learning who police say pulled the trigger in a road rage shooting outside a Chick-fil-A in Flowood. Investigators have now identified the suspect as 39-year-old Kyle Maurice Ramos of Jackson.